Hello YouTube and welcome back to another top 10 video on the main channel, and today we are back. We've done Wii, we've done DS, we've done Switch. It's Gamecube time, boys and girls. Yes, oldest console we've done so far.
Going through all of the Nintendo generations so we run out of
ideas.
Run out of ideas.
We've only got 3DS and then all the N64s to go. Let's go.
Yep.
But yeah, so as you can see, we're joined by Mr. Jack.
Hello.
And we're also joined by Mr. Alcarez as well.
Good afternoon.
Who's probably the same age as the GameCube.
I'm actually younger.
Younger than the GameCube.
Oh god. Oh no.
I'm a wee kid, okay? I'm a wee
Yes.
kid.
We're so old.
We're so old. But yes, GameCube was my first Nintendo console, I think. Yes, it was. For my first Nintendo console. So I thought, you know what? Good one to have a go on. And I've realised that my GameCube collection wasn't really Nintendo games. I owned more Sonic games on the GameCube than Mario games.
Yeah.
But that's a fun factoid.
You should pick up the Dreamcast instead.
Yeah, I should have done. Yeah.
So out of the three of us, we've got someone who only owned like Sonic games and barely any Mario games. We've got someone who was born after the GameCube was made, and we've got someone who never owned a GameCube.
Yeah,
I have played GameCube games though.
You have played GameCube games. So have I, but yeah, I never owned one.
Yeah. So this is going to be a very interesting top 10 we have today, ladies and germs. So
we're very qualified.
We're very qualified.
Yeah.
But we have asked a good panel of people to tell me what games they have enjoyed on the GameCube, such as me, H, Lil, Winter, Ryman, Burley, Alka, Hawks, Simon, Alexis, Duzpan, Foss, and Jack. Here's our list. I messaged a few people and they said, I've never played a GameCube game. Please help. I messaged Kat and she said, oh, I've only played like 6. I'm like, great. I think Sprangle played like 2. One was Hit and Run. The other was like a random Sonic game. So...
Yeah, more Sonic. See, you're not the only one.
The only Sonic.
More Sonic.
The Sonic.
It's going to be top 10 Sonic games.
I can't even think. I don't think I've owned 10 Sonic games. So let's be honest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Sonic 2 and 3. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Yeah. 13 people, so it's at 130 points today.
Okay.
Will be, if everyone put it first, it'll be 130 points. Just 2 honourable mentions. Should we start with the honourable mentions? We've got 2 games, honourable mentions.
Yeah, we got some that just missed out.
Just missed out by 1 point. Both. One of the games H had 4th, which was Super Monkey Ball. Just missed out. On our top 10,
okay.
15. Absolute classic game.
Yeah, we've got a lot of intense memories of Super Monkey Ball, haven't we?
So yeah,
we used to. So back when we were all in college, we used to have game nights, and every game night we would always have a 50-lap marathon in Super Monkey Ball. And we would always do it in like teams of 2, where we'd have to like relay between each other every lap as well. It was very intense.
Yes,
50
laps.
Yeah, 50 laps.
It took about 45 to 50 minutes per.
Yeah, and it was always on the same map as well. So we always had we knew exactly what the shortcut was and how to do it, and we like winning or losing depended on whether you hit the
shortcut or not. Yeah, 100%. Those were the days. So yeah, that just missed out on our top 15, as well as our. Spoiler, the second highest Sonic game on this list.
Okay.
Here we go. We're starting. Let's go.
Sonic Heroes just missed out on the top 15.
Okay, Sonic. I had Sonic Heroes in number 10.
I do quite like
Sonic Heroes.
I had it 8 on my list.
Yeah. It's a Sonic game I actually have the most childhood memories with, because I didn't really play like Adventure 2 Battle. I had Shadow the Hedgehog, but I preferred Sonic Heroes because Shadow the Hedgehog was yeah.
Yeah, but Sonic Heroes I think is my second favourite Sonic game.
The thing I remember the most about that game is I think Big the Cat was playable. And not gonna lie, they gotta do that again. Big the Cat is my goat.
Bring him back.
I hate Big the Cat. I'm sorry.
You just hate all of Team Rose.
No, I like Cream.
You like Cream.
I like Cream is okay, right? Those two are bad. Team Chaotic is where it's at. SBO, Charming the Bee, and Vector.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
The top tier team on that game, 100%.
Yeah.
Can't even be mad at that. So Sonic Heroes and Super Monkey Ball just missed out on our top 15. Because the game that came in 15th spot got 16 points.
Okay.
The highest someone had it was Ryman, who had it third. It's Mario Party 7.
Mario Party 7, okay. This is like one of the ones I never played because I didn't really pick up Mario Party until Mario Party DS.
Yeah, same. I was a DS and 8, and then obviously 1, 2, 3 on Switch online. I've seen people play Mario Party 6, and I feel like I don't know why I've never had a Mario Party on the GameCube. So I don't know what difference is between 6. I don't know if 7 is like amazing or not, but
I think 6 had like the day and night system.
The day and night cycle, yeah. I've seen people play Mario Party 6, and I think that's.
But as you said, like you never had a Mario Party in the GameCube. There's so many to choose from. It was like an era of Nintendo.
It was that, yeah.
Where like every year, no matter what happened, they'd have a Mario Party coming out. I never played the GameCube ones either. I played a few of the N64 ones. I played DS, as Jack said.
Wii.
Starting from the Wii ones, so the GameCube ones are like a blur. But I always hear good things about them, though.
Yeah, because GameCube had 4, 5, 6, and 7, right?
Yeah.
I believe so, yeah.
And then 8 and 9 was Wii, and then Mario Party 10 we don't talk about.
We don't talk about 10, they 10 go. And then we had the new ones, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just scrolling through a random, like, thing on Reddit where, like, people are ranking them, and most people have 7, like, in their top 3, so it's a very good one, apparently.
I may need to, like,
if r/Mario Party is anything to go by, which I think it might be.
It might be the way forward, you know? Mario Party 7, yeah.
Opinions on the internet, can we trust those? I don't know.
I don't know. But yeah, Mario Party 7 just scraped into our top 15 today. Right. Fun fact. We have the only tie in our top 15, and it's joined between 3 different games with 17 points. So
this is all joint 12th?
Joint 12, yes. So one of these games someone had second, one of these games someone had third, and one of these games someone had fourth. Do you want to go second to fourth, or do you want to go fourth to second?
Fourth to second.
Fourth to second, right. So the first game I had in fourth.
Okay.
It's our highest ranking Sonic game on the list. Adventure 2 Battle!
Sonic
yes!
Adventure 2 Battle, yeah. So this was obviously like, I didn't play this one until like years and years later where I went back and played it, but it is just top tier Sonic game, isn't it? It is one of the best. Game. Yeah.
It's always one that pops up on like the best Sonic lists, and people are like, oh, adventure free win, so fair enough.
It's just kind of like the golden age of Sonic, wasn't it?
Yeah, that era, yeah. Having Heroes and Adventure 2 Battle literally next to each other was like amazing. I like the fact where like each like character had their own like special mission. Like Sonic and Shadow were like the generic like Sonic levels, and then Eggman and Tails were like shooty.
Yeah. It was really, really cool, and I liked that it had the different like characters playable, and it wasn't like just Sonic as well. It was really cool.
The Knuckles and Rouge levels were kind of annoying, but they were different.
Yeah, a little bit. At least they switched it up.
Yeah, I like how they like intertwined the stories as well, and then at the end you get like the big finale and go yay! And you can play, and in multiplayer you can play different characters as well. Like you can play as Amy, Metal Sonic, Chow, Dark Chow, Chaos, and then some random. I can't remember the other one, but yeah.
Greg.
I just like the thing about Adventure 2 is that it has things that you don't really see in video games nowadays. With it as an example, Chow Garden.
Yeah, the Chow Garden.
Entirely different game in Adventure 2 Battle. They didn't need to put it in there, but they put it in there with a ton of detail.
Yeah.
And something like that never really happens in video games nowadays.
Yeah, I miss stuff like that because it was around that sort of era where it used to happen a lot. Sort of like the early to like late 2000s. It was when I feel like games really did that sort of stuff, and now they don't bother. It's and
also the music.
Oh yeah,
running around at the speed of sound. The classic, 100%. So yeah, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, 17 points.
Okay.
Next game, Burly, Mr. Burley himself had number 3 on his list. It's a franchise I've never delved into, but it is a Nintendo series. Metroid Prime.
I'm honestly amazed that this isn't higher up, if I'm being really honest. I thought this would be, like, up there. But, yeah, no, this was, like, literally, like, my number 11, so it, like, just barely missed out on my list. But, yeah, this game's just, like, bloody amazing. It really is. Like, yeah, like, Metroid Prime is, like, a series I think is, like, so, like, underrated. Like, it's just, yeah. I'm excited for like when they finally release Metroid Prime 4. I don't know if they've even announced an actual release date for it yet.
No, it's just late 2025, but at least we finally know a year. So.
Yeah, it's next year
exactly.
Yeah,
it's not like they like first announced it like almost 10 years ago or anything. When did they first announce that shit? Hang on.
E3 2017.
Bro, what? It's literally like 7 years ago.
I'm a little too good on dates, so we'll be good on that.
Dates.
Jesus.
Yeah, Metroid's a series which I've heard a lot of good things about. It's just I've never like delved into it really.
Yeah.
I think I tried it on like the SNES or N64 whatever on the.
Well, it's sort of like it sort of disappeared for a long time.
Kind of different.
Yeah, they are very, very different, and it kind of disappeared for a long time. We had like Metroid Other M, which was not the greatest game ever.
Yeah.
And then it kind of just yeah, it kind of just vanished for a long time, and now it's like finally making a resurgence, which is really nice.
Yeah.
So.
And the remaster of it on Switch is also very good. Nowadays, I feel like most ports on Switch at least look kind of good, but we've had a few recently where I feel like with Luigi's Mansion 2 HD and Donkey Country Returns HD, where I'm kind of like, I don't know if this like needs to be 60, like 60 pounds, euros, and the upgrade of it is kind of, is it really considered an upgrade? But then with Metroid Prime Remaster, it's probably the best looking remaster.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
as well as it's only 40 pounds, euros, dollars. Like legit, if you have a Switch, you should try it out.
It feels like it's so good. It feels like one of the only like remakes like that, but they actually were like, yeah, no, we're actually really gonna go for it and like actually make a good remake and not just kind of, not just kind of like throw it out there like they did with like Donkey Kong Country Returns and stuff.
I'm very upset.
Yeah, they didn't just upscale that; like they actually like fully remade everything. It's really good.
Well, yeah, it's nice that Nintendo of like going back and focus on games which I've forgotten about, like Metroid and Donkey Kong, and all that vibe, really.
What do you mean? We got Mario versus Donkey Kong.
Oh,
are you happy about that?
Woo! I'm so excited. Give me a new Donkey Kong Country that's not from bloody Wii U days, right?
Man, I still remember the day when but before the Nintendo Direct, where Mario v Donkey Kong was announced, I saw a leak saying that there was going to be a Donkey Kong game, but then I saw it was going to be that, so I made his day and then crushed him with the news within the space of about 5 minutes.
I feel upset. I feel really upset. But yeah, so tied with Sonic Adventure 2 Battle and Metroid Prime is a game somebody had second place.
Okay.
That person is H.
Okay. Is it Pikmin by any chance?
No.
No.
It's Simpsons Hit and Run.
Oh, okay. Simpsons Hit and Run, yeah.
The top tier of Simpsons gaming. That era.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really deny that. This one also didn't make my list because I actually never,
played it.
I actually never really played it, but I've seen so many people play it that I just know it's a good game. So,
I had this in number 5. It's such a good game.
Yeah, you talk about this game all the time.
It's such a good game. It really is. The only problem is all the missions are car-based. That's the only quibble I have with it. But it's such a... Back in that era when they made the SpongeBob games, the Simpsons games, all of that era of gaming was just really, really good. Yeah.
Oh god, I played that game. It was so awful.
Oh my god.
It was terrible. Thing is though, I played it on an emulator, and as well as being really bad, it was also horribly laggy and glitchy, so it kept making a horrible static noise every time I would jump.
Oh god.
So it was oh no. But yeah.
But yeah, Hit and Run.
Family Guy is not going to be on this list.
Family Guy is definitely not on this list, 100%. But yeah, Hit and Run, I feel like the story was written really well because it feels like it's an actual Simpsons episode.
Yeah,
with,
they
like,
kind
how
of
the
like
story
got the
goes
same
through.
like with the story. They kind of got like the same vibe down as they did with like South Park Stick of Truth kind of thing, where it just feels like
Yeah,
you're plopped into an episode.
to Simpsons, yeah.
Yeah,
Like how the story progresses through each level, where like you go and then you find out there's aliens at the end, and it's like Treehouse of Horror style at the end.
yeah,
The only thing, the annoying part is the last 3 missions are the exact same mission. They just get like easy, medium, hard.
yeah.
That's the only like other than if that wasn't. I guess they've kind of just run out of ideas because there's not many missions you can do just in a car, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But they definitely should make this like a remaster. This would sell like that.
Oh yeah,
if
that would
remastered
go
this.
absolutely insane if they made a remake of Hit and Run.
They would go absolutely insane. Before GTA 6, let's get Hit and Run remake. Come on.
Yeah. Who needs GTA 6? Just Hit and Run.
Just Hit and Run
Hit
2.
Run
That's all you need. Open world Simpsons Hit and Run. What more could you ask? Right. But yeah, so that was our 12th like conglomerate in that little section with 17 points. Now the game just missing out on our top 10. Someone had first place, which was Simon. It got 20. It got 20 points. It's a franchise I've like dipped into, but haven't really like experienced that well. But it's the first Pikmin.
Okay, Pikmin. Yeah,
the original Pikmin. Yeah.
Okay, I never played it, but I'm sure it must be pretty good because the series is obviously quite popular. But yeah, I never actually played it. I never played any of them actually.
Yeah, the only experience I've had was like but I played Pikmin 4. Yeah, the newest one.
You are not the best at that.
No, I'm not. I'm really not.
Last time you played it on stream, you made zero progress. I made literally zero progress.
Yeah. I get why people like Pikmin. It's like one of those. I don't know how to describe it, but I see the appeal.
Yeah, it's just like it's one of those things where like I feel like I'd like it. I've just never actually played.
Yeah.
But yeah, if Hazel was here, I'm sure she'd be able to gush all about it. She's obviously a big Pikmin fan. But
they actually put the first Pikmin 10th on their list.
Oh my god! You know, mind you, though, I think Gamecube in particular is like one where actually she's just actually got a lot of memories of other games.
Yeah, this is true.
Like most things, she's played like 10 games, and they're the ones that are on her list.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Has Alki ever delved into all the Pikmin, or not really?
I often not gonna lie. I bought Pikmin 4 and never opened it. It's still like sealed.
It's still in the box.
I downloaded the demo to Pikmin 4 and I never even played that.
No, it's just Pikmin is one of those series that I still really want to get into, but just haven't had the chance still. But like,
yeah,
it's still my bucket list. I was gonna try and do it this year, even though I bought the game last year. But now I'm out here saying I'm gonna try it this year. Will I try next year? I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe next year
I don't know.
Say, oh, but next year again.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those series that feels like it's a bit more niche. It's kind of like what Animal Crossing used to feel like for me as well before New Horizons came through and sold like 50 million units.
Yeah. The time of that though was.
It's a little smaller than that.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a series that's been growing and that there's
it's
a lot
definitely growing
for, and it's really cool to see how much Nintendo's trying to push it as well. Like they don't see it as like the main big four, Mario, Zelda, Splatoon, or Animal Crossing, but like it's like right behind there.
Yeah. Like they see it as like a kind of, they see it as like, you know, it could be that level one day kind of thing, don't they?
Yeah,
which is really cool.
Yeah,
I can
it's one of the Miyamoto series of which he came up with the idea as well, which is probably why they feel even more special about it.
Yeah.
When I went to the Nintendo store, there was like an entire section too, which was really cool with like Ochi and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You could really tell that they want to push it, but like they don't think it as the same, you know, level as like a.
As the other ones, but it's like in that like second. It's like they're on the A table and they're like on the B table, like Pikmin and Donkey Kong and that lot are just on like the second tier table. Kind of thing.
Yeah, it's just like, you know,
but
just like
it's
the one
really
step
cool.
down.
Like I feel like I'm not the only one because Jack said that as well. But I know there's a couple other people that I know that are also kind of like that, where it's like, it looks cool, it looks appealing. I just haven't had the time for it.
Yeah,
it's one of those series where you really got to sit down and be like, okay, today I'm gonna try and play a bit of Pikmin.
We're doing Pikmin today. That's one of them.
But what I do really like then is that this game, just like Metroid, is on Switch as well. That 1+2 package.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool, bringing all the Pikmin to Switch. It's really good for the franchise. If you want to start out the first one, you can. You can also just try out the new one, the 4. The ability to play the classic is really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
They're definitely going to make Pikmin 5 for the new console, 100%.
Yeah,
100%. So yeah, so the original Pikmin just missed out on our top 10 by 3 points, because the game in 10th got 23 points.
23. Okay.
And this game, H had number 1.
Okay. I think I might know what this is.
Do you have an idea what I'm going to say right now?
Yes, I think I might do.
It's Pikmin 2.
Yeah, there it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, so let's talk about Pikmin for a change. I haven't played it. It's a game I really want.
I genuinely do not. I can't even comment what's the difference between the first and the second Pikmin is, because H is not here.
Let's find out what's the difference between.
The second one is definitely longer, because the first Pikmin came out near the launch of the Gamecube, and I think I heard the campaign's only like a couple of hours. I'm pretty sure the second one is it's a longer game. That's for damn sure.
They might just like added more to it, kind of, because it was the second one. Like the first Animal Crossing was kind of like small, and the first like they kind of just expanded from there.
Yeah,
that needs to really innovate or anything. I just think there's just more of it.
There's more of it, yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna ask Google's terrible AI. What's the difference between Pikmin and Pikmin 2?
What's the main difference? There's different Pikmin.
Okay, here we go. Pikmin has a strict 30-day time limit to escape the planet. Pikmin 2 removes this time limit for a more relaxed exploration and treasure hunting experience. Pikmin focuses on collecting ship parts to repair your spaceship and return home. Pikmin 2 shifts the focus to collecting treasure to repay a massive debt. Yo, it's fucking Tom Nook. Tom Nook's in Pikmin
2.
Yeah, exactly.
There's less death as well.
There's less death.
Oh, Pikmin 2 added 2-player as well. Pikmin 1 didn't have that, I don't think.
Multiplayer, there we go.
Yeah.
That's a good.
And Pikmin added red, yellow, and blue Pikmin. Pikmin 2 added the purple and the white ones. There we go.
More Pikmin.
Thanks, Gemini. You're still rubbish, but that was actually a concise answer.
Well done.
Those are 2 pretty good upgrades. I thought those were also in the original game, but
yeah.
Pretty much, I think that's just like a perfect sequel, including multiplayer, new
Pikmin.
When did they actually? Because Pikmin 2 came out 2004. When did the original come out? It came out
just right
2001.
Yeah.
2001. So okay, so it was like 3 years later.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was kind of like Smash Bros Melee situation where they sort of like rush straight into the next one. But
no, a couple of years, 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
I'll work on it.
Okay, cool. Pikmin 2.
Pikmin 2, number 10 on our list. Highest ranking Pikmin, because I don't believe Pikmin 3 was Wii, wasn't it?
Pretty sure? I think so.
Yeah, so both Pikmins are on our list. Huzzah.
Big up Pikmin.
Big up Pikmin. Right. Number 9, 25 points. So 2 points more than Pikmin 2. The highest someone had this game was number 3, which was Mr. Foss. Okay. Mr. Foss himself. It was the original Animal Crossing.
Okay. Yeah, I was
the OG Tom Nook is here.
I was expecting this to be here, even though I haven't played it. The only one I've played is New Horizons, but I was expecting this to be here because I mean the series is like so popular, and ever since it first came out, it's just been really like it's had a real like cult following. I want to say. It really has.
Like we said with Pikmin, I think Animal Crossing's in that like under bracket tier 2 table.
Yeah, like it's. I mean, I think definitely with now that New Horizons has blown up the way it has, I think they're really pushing it as like one of their like biggest series now.
On there,
like,
it's in the top 4. It's like Mario, Zelda, at least for first party, not second party like a Pokemon or Metroid. For first party, it's Mario, Zelda, Animal Crossing,
and Splatoon.
Yeah. I mean, New Horizons. I just looked up. New Horizons is the second best-selling Switch game and the 14th best-selling game in history. So, like,
New Horizons.
It's a pretty popular series.
100%.
I also don't think you're the only one. Not that you mentioned that, Jack, that didn't play this game, but did play New Horizons. I feel like only like a third, maybe even, of the New Horizons fan base has ever touched another Animal Crossing
ever.
Oh
yeah, for sure. I mean, like the other ones were I know the other ones were popular, but like New Horizons like absolutely blew up. But it's because of the timing of it releasing.
Yeah, it came out during COVID, and
so it was just very
true. But also there was already like a lot of hype behind it.
Went down Animal Crossing as well. Yeah,
had like come out like 6 years or 7 years before.
To be fair, yeah, I think like okay, I've just got here all of the like sales they had. So actually, the first one only sold like 2.7 million. Then the next one, Wild World, when was that? That was on the DS. That sold 11 million, so it kind of blew up then.
Yeah, but I feel like with GameCube wise, not many people had a GameCube like at that time. I think from N64 to like GameCube, and then went up to Wii, didn't it?
Yeah,
like that.
Fun fact about this game, by the way, originally this game was already on the N64 in Japan called Animal Forest.
Yeah,
but then they didn't decide to port it to the West on the N64, but then they pushed it to the GameCube,
made it shiny. Made it shiny. Yeah.
No, but like. I like how you said, Jack, that this series was already kind of big before, that it had like already kind of a fan base. I think it did, but like me as a kid, I never knew that. I only learned about Animal Crossing thanks to Villager being in Smash.
That's fair. Yeah.
But no, it is quite a big series, especially now after New Horizons. This game was quite different because like you could only really like customize your house, I feel like, and things like that.
Yeah, it's very like
New Horizons where you can make your entire island like what you want to be.
Yeah,
it's very basic.
Yeah, definitely.
Very basically original, but yeah.
But also, what I like about this version, we were talking about the Trial Garden. Something they'll never, ever, ever do again is they literally just put like NES games on the OG Animal Crossing. They'll never do that ever again. You could just play entire NES games, which was insane.
Yeah, I'm just looking on the Wikipedia page. Yeah, they had like 15 games on there. Yeah. They had Donkey Kong on there.
Wild.
OG Mario Bros. I think Zelda.
Wow.
Just sit in your house and play Donkey Kong and Mario would be amazing. Your Animal Crossing house. Yeah. Insane.
There we go. Animal
Crossing. 9th spot. Right, 1 point more than Animal Crossing. This game, I wasn't expecting actually to be anywhere near this list.
Okay.
Not gonna lie. It's our highest non-Nintendo game on this list.
Right.
Winter and Burley both had this second, and I've got 26 points.
Okay.
It's Resident Evil 4.
Resident Evil 4. Oh, wow, okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, I had this in number 6. So like, I wasn't actually expecting this to make the list, but sure, I will happily talk about Resident Evil 4 for a minute.
Yeah.
This game was so huge when it came out, just because it was like the whole like its whole thing of like it being like a kind of the whole big thing was that it was kind of like a 3D shooter, which was kind of like I'm trying to think of the best way to like describe it, but it was like really like revolutionary for the time when it came out.
Do you mean like 3D third person shooter or?
Yeah, it was.
Because it was a third person shooter, right?
Yeah, so basically it was like that's it. It was a whole like over the shoulder like third person thing. Like instead of it being like a first person thing, it was like a third person shooter where it's like over the shoulder. That whole thing originated with Resident Evil 4.
Right.
Which obviously you now have got games like Dead Space and like Gears of War and plenty of other games which do that now. But Resident Evil 4 started, so it was pretty revolutionary.
Time.
It's a really really fun game. Honestly, it's just like. I feel like whereas like the Resident Evils before it were a lot more kind of like, they're a little bit slower paced. They were more kind of like, puzzle games like with killing shit in them. Resident Evil 4 kind of leaned more into being like an action game where you're like running around shooting all these like zombie villagers. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And it's fair enough that this game got on the list. Like, you know way more about it than I do because I've never played it. But like, I can literally play it on literally anything because like it went to the Wii, went to the PlayStation.
Yeah, it's on everything.
On GameCube. Like,
it was one of those games
it's like
just everywhere.
The Resident Evil that's like everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of the most popular in the whole series, like for good reason. Obviously, it just had a remake like a couple years ago as well, so it's in people's memories quite a lot at the moment as well. So.
I think it's one of the all-time classic video games of all time, if I gotta be completely honest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Has to be.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah. Resident Evil 4.
There we go.
Number 8 on our list. Right. Bit of a 1 point more. 27. This game is the first we're going to talk about from this franchise, but not the last time we're going to talk about this franchise on this list.
Okay.
This game, Mr. Foss had number 1 spot. It's a Zelda game. Twilight Princess.
Okay, Twilight Princess. I knew it was going to be one of the two. I just didn't know which one.
Yeah, so Twilight Princess got number 7.
The emo phase of Zelda when Link turns
yeah.
into a fairy.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh no.
I never played this one on the OG hardware. I did play the HD version on Wii U, our favorite console.
Yeah.
But I think that this game didn't age as well as Wind Waker did, but I think it is like people always say like, oh, Ocarina of Time is like one of the best games of all time. Ocarina of Time, this and this and that. I feel like people don't appreciate Twilight Princess enough. Not saying that Ocarina isn't as good. I feel like because Ocarina is so good and so much talked about that we don't talk about Twilight Princess enough.
Yeah.
Because Twilight Princess had some of the best Zelda dungeons in the entire series.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I thought just the gameplay mechanics are like really solid. Like the dungeons are really good. Like I like the overall kind of vibe of it. Yeah. I think definitely the reason why it maybe feels like it's a bit more dated is because it went for that more like kind of. It went for a bit more of a kind of like, you know, grounded, like you said, like sort of like emo kind of look,
edgy route.
And so looking at it nowadays, it looks quite dated.
Yeah.
Whereas like something like Ocarina of
thing for the time though, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well. And I think that's what everyone wanted at the time. Like nowadays, it might look dated. Same with Brawl.
Yeah, I mean, you look at like Smash Bros. Brawl and like how they had like Mario's like dungarees, so like textured, and like you just think, what the hell are they doing? That looks so weird looking back at it nowadays. But yeah, that is definitely what people wanted back then. But like. You look at something like Ocarina of Time, and like even though the graphics are obviously a lot worse, it looks less. It almost feels less dated because it's more cartoony.
It's more cartoony,
and that kind of like carries over. And the same with Wind Waker, it carries over a lot easier than modern day because it's more cartoony.
Yeah.
Fun fact about Twilight Princess: originally, they were gonna make a Wind Waker 2. But, you know, because everyone was like, oh, it looks too cartoony, yada, 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 it needs to look more like Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
It started out as a Wind Waker 2, can also be found in the files, like a few remnants of Wind Waker.
Yeah, I've heard about this, yeah.
And, but it turned out to be Twilight Princess instead. And then, you know, one of the best receptions to a video game announcement from Nintendo of all time is when... You know, that original trailer got shown off and Miyamoto was everybody was so hyped because everyone was they all wanted.
It was like, it's not a cartoon.
Yeah.
Like, I never had a problem with Zelda being a cartoon, but like I can understand why people wanted it because everyone was all about Ocarina of Time, right? Everyone was just mad about it, and like Majora's Mask was really popular as well, and they were like, we just want more of like this. So I get it. I do get it.
Special shout out, by the way, to the Snow Peak ruins with that one of the best in the series, as well as
oh, that's so good.
And whatchamacallit, the just Wolf Link overall, that they made that into an amiibo. Midna was awesome.
Yeah, Midna. Midna is Midna to this day lives rent free in a lot of people's heads. She was a very popular one. I mean, she's still one of the most popular characters requested for Smash Bros. And like. Fuck, the game came out like almost 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I do still feel like it's the same with Wind Waker. These games are still stuck on Wii U with the HD versions, even though it's you can notice it a bit more of the HD version with Wind Waker compared to Twilight Princess.
Yeah.
Like I still feel like either on since we're in the last few months, I feel like, of the OG Switch, just port these games over. It's not gonna cost you too much effort.
Yeah.
Put the world in there while you're at it. Just put those on, and then you've got the entire library on Switch.
Yeah, like at this point, why not just throw them all on there?
Just chuck all the GameCube games on the Switch, just do that.
Yeah.
That's what you need, isn't it?
Oh God.
So Twilight Princess, number 7 on our list. We make a little jump up now from 27 to 34 points. So. A little jump.
Ooh, okay.
This game, actually, first game we're going to talk about, was actually on a different Devious Ditto top 10. This game was in the top 10 Mario games of all time.
Okay, I think I know what this must be. And there's two things it could be.
And it got 16th on that list. So it didn't feel high on that list. But Winter and Dustpan had this game third. Super Mario Sunshine.
Okay, it's that one. Okay.
Super Mario Sunshine.
Yeah, I'm not going to pretend to be a huge fan of this game because I actually think it's really really dated and not very fun to play nowadays.
Yeah.
But I can appreciate it for the time, but I feel like as a follow up to 64, it's kind of a bit Although maybe you're not the right person to say that to, Dirk, because I know you hate 64.
I don't like 64. No.
Wow, Ditto, you should hang out with Monster Ditto. He absolutely despises that bloody video game.
Oh.
I don't know what's wrong with 64.
Ditto literally, I like it. I like 64, but Ditto literally struggled with it so much that he rage quit out of it in the middle of a stream.
Yes, it was that bad.
This guy.
Yeah.
This guy.
Look, I like Galaxy, I like Odyssey, I like Sunshine. Look, just hurt me, I don't like 64, to shoot me.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. But yeah, Sunshine.
I like the theming of Sunshine though.
Like
Tropical
Delphino Beach, you got
Like
Flood,
the
you got
theming.
Flood as well, haven't you? Like, the water
And
stuff.
not to-
the time with the Mario series around like the 2010s until like Odyssey, where we had like the new Soup games mostly, where you just had like, you know, the same worlds, the same
Same
things,
things.
Toads, and things like
Yeah.
that. And this game goes for its entire own thing with like Nokis and Piantas,
Does.
and then like the level designs are all like tropical island themed. There's like a hotel, and I love the theme park. What's it called? Pinda Park. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't talk about the pandemic mountain or whatever because you know the name of the
Yeah.
mountain.
Yeah.
But I agree with Jack that this game's kind of dated.
It is,
The way
yeah.
that certain levels are quite good, but certain mechanics of certain levels, the one where like the piantas have to like toss you.
Yeah.
Like, we all know about the pachinko machine and a few others that are just so incredibly awkward to control and like don't function properly. Where I don't know,
Yeah.
it takes sometimes it just kind of takes the fun out of it of playing the video game. I had the same when I streamed it.
Yeah.
Because what is there on its base is quite good, and like there are some people that are like, okay, this is my favorite Mario game of all time, and I understand that. But there's just a few missions that like kind of ruin it for me. Kind of makes it out to be like the, and it's also just just the black sheep of the franchise. That's
Yeah.
It
It
is
is.
cool. It does something on its own, but like. It's fun, but the pace gets kind of taken out of it by a few of those missions where it's just like, okay, I'd just rather not, you know, I'd just rather not.
Yeah, I'm always going to give Mario series points when it does something different. I mean, that's why Mario Wonder was so good. But like, yeah, while there's definitely a lot of good things about Sunshine. Like, it did have its own vibe. It did a lot of things different. It was like, it was kind of like, I think it was kind of the first Mario game to have like sort of like big, like more open 3D space to kind of go around in.
Yeah.
Introduced Bowser Jr. Just that little detail.
Yeah, a little detail. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it's definitely got its place, and I appreciate that. I think for me, if I'd played it as a kid, it probably would have helped because I didn't. The first time I played it was when they released the like like Superstars collection, and I played it on that, and I was like, okay, I can see why people liked this, but it just felt a little bit clunky, especially. But I think that was because I went into it after having played Odyssey, which is so like
smooth controls.
So
it did have the open space. 64 already kind of like introduced it, and like Sunshine kind of built upon it.
Yeah.
What I like then about Sunshine is I still like, despite some of the issues I did mention, I feel like, and you know, there's a couple missions that got cut here and there, like some things. There's quite a bit of cut content for this game. What I do really appreciate is the overworld that they have, the main hub in this game. I feel like Isle Delfino is the best hub in the Mario series by far. Because there's just a lot to do in there. The music is iconic and classic, and like everybody knows Isle Delfino. It's a smash. It's you know, the Mario series in a lot of like spin-off games. The Piantas are always there. It's something they completely nailed. Like the Comet Observatory that came after, and like Peach's Castle are also really iconic. But compared to Isle Delfino, like there isn't as much to do in the Comet Observatory outside just go to your level. And Princess Peach's Castle is it is like the first one and the classic one, but it's a bit more of like, you know, what you're used to rather than it's like it's completely own thing and there's so much to do there.
I think that is the key thing, is that there is a lot more to do there, and like you said, like Peach's Castle, like Comet Observatory, the weird like planet thing from Galaxy 2. Like, they are just a hub to go from level to level. Like Isle Delfino actually is its own big thing, which is really cool. So I do appreciate that, and I hope they bring that back when they make a new 3D Mario.
Yeah, would have been so cool if with just like the Mushroom Kingdom in Odyssey, we also got Isle Delfino. I got rumored so much.
Yeah, that would be cool, wouldn't it? Maybe they'll say Odyssey 2. I don't know. It's gone on for years and years and years, but yeah.
I want to say that ship has sailed, but honestly, at this point, I've got no idea what Nintendo are going to do.
I have no idea. We shall see.
They'll probably just remaster Donkey Kong Country again.
No.
I think
Donkey Kong Country returns again.
That's the topic of a completely different discussion, but they're definitely cooking stuff for the new console.
They have to.
Yeah, for sure.
There's always a Mario game close to launch or at launch.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
We shall see what that could be. Right, we move into the meme position. I'll take a 5th today. Got 2 points more than Super Mario Sunshine. This is the only other game which did rank in our top 10 Mario games video. This game came 17th in that video. Hawks had it number 1. Simon had it number 3. The original Luigi's Mansion.
Luigi's Mansion.
The OG one.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, I haven't actually really played these games.
To be fair, I've only played the third one. I want to go back and play the first 2 because I enjoyed the third one so much. I just haven't had the time or the money to get it yet.
Yeah.
But I've heard good things about the originals and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's a really good video game. It's only like a couple hours long, and at the time it was actually seen as a game that people didn't really like as much. Nowadays, it's
Luigi's Mansion's
because at the time, we had the NES, SNES, and N64, and with all those games you had either Super Mario Bros. Coming out, then Mario World, and then Mario 64. Then now you got Luigi's Mansion instead. So people,
people are like, "What's this?
What's this? What's this?"
But it's kind of like the same. The mansion from Luigi's Mansion is as iconic as, if not more iconic, as Isle Delfino as well. And the things that came out with it. Special shout out to a special person, very good friend of mine, Pablo Runs. He has the world record on Luigi's Mansion, the OG one, and on speedrun.com, and like a few, like for quite a few categories. Actually, he's really awesome. So special shout out to him. He loves that game.
Yeah.
I've only ever really dabbled into the third one, but he's told me so many times to give it a go. So gonna have to do it at some point.
I do want to give the series a go as well. It's so iconic that like I kind of feel like I can't not play it at some point.
Yeah, Luigi's Mansion. Like I never even thought crossed my mind. When I got my Switch, I got it for Christmas and thought, you know what? Let's give this a go. Top tier game. Love it so much. It's just nice to play. Yes.
They should have brought it over to Switch, because in 2018 they remastered the first one for 3DS, and at the time the Switch was out for a year and a half, and I'm just like, why bring it out for the DS? That could have been so good for the Switch. Now we've got 2 and 3 on the Switch, and then Luigi's Mansion 1 is just, it's stuck there in the corner, ready to be, remastered.
It was such a weird thing that they just decided. They were like, oh, we're just gonna like keep making stuff for 3DS. Like, I don't know why they bothered. It was the same thing with the Mario and Luigi series. Like, they remade Bowser's Inside Story for the 3DS, and it's like, why didn't they just do it for the Switch? Because it was released in like 2019 or something.
Yeah.
And like, like maybe the original company would have gone bankrupt if they'd done it for Switch instead of 3DS.
Yeah, potentially. Exactly. But yeah, Luigi's Mansion. Top 5. We'll take it.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
I was expecting it to be up here, to be honest.
Yeah. So we've got 4 games left. You probably know what 4 I'm going to say at this point. Probably.
I've definitely got a few in mind.
You got a few in mind?
3 maybe.
You got 3 that you might have an inkling of what we're going to... So this next game, however, someone in this call had number 1.
Okay.
As well as Winter and Alexis. This game got 39 points.
Okay.
I didn't put it number 1. Jack didn't have it number 1.
Okay.
Mr. Alga had it number 1. Super Smash Bros. Melee, number 4.
Okay.
How is it not first place, dude?
Number 4. Number 4. Super Smash Bros.
All
Melee.
I'm saying is, this game, we're like 20 years later, 22,
Yeah.
Yeah,
23 years later.
23 years later.
23 years later.
And this is the only GameCube game that still gets played regularly. That shows
Yeah.
you how good it is.
Yeah.
You know, yes, it does have its flaws here and there because, you know, it kind of got rushed out. There's no other franchise where, because Smash 64 released like 2 years, maybe a year and a half before Melee.
Yeah.
And if you see how much more content got put into Melee.
Yeah, compared, yeah.
Yeah.
It is absolutely insane. There's nothing quite like Melee. I'm
Yeah,
not a Melee
like-
fanboy because there's like, you know, a bunch of people playing competitively nowadays and everything, but like Smash is like my favorite series of all time.
Yeah.
If you can't tell by literally having every single.
Yeah, if you couldn't tell, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, Melee is like one of the most perfect sequels there is.
Yeah.
And one of the like biggest like most loved sequels of all time. It's actually insane. Like the character choices they also made were very good. Like there were a few random ones like Mr. Game and Watch, like Ice Climber. They're bringing back a few retro ones, but then you had like the characters everybody like expected for like a new game, like your Bowser, your Peach, your Zelda.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Like it really did just build on everything the first one had in like the perfect way, and like I think the fact that it added stuff like Ice Climbers and Mr. Game and Watch, it kind of just added to the charm a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah.
Because like something Smash has always done really well is
Love that.
introduce you to new series from like the characters they add, and
Yeah.
like they definitely did that really well. And the thing is like just the legacy that this game has, honestly, like it's like you said, it's one of like the only games like from that's that old that still gets played so much today, just because of mainly because of just the competitive scene around it. It's absolutely insane. It's like its own entire circle, just like separate from anything else Smash related.
Yeah.
Like it's just, it's kind of just insane, like how huge this game is. Like, yeah, it's a great game. What can I say? Like, and it did. Like, I did. Like, it would have been like. There's definitely, like you said, there's definitely bits where, like, because it was rushed out, there's bits where you'd be like, oh, it would have been nice if they had kind of, like, you know, had a little bit more time to cook with this. Like, stuff like some of the movesets for, like, Ganondorf and stuff being, like, you know, clones of other characters, like...
Or Mr. Game & Watch's shield that doesn't even cover him.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have a shield.
The shield that doesn't cover him and, like, stuff like this. There's definitely bits where, like, if they'd had just a little bit more time with it, it would have been even better. But, like, you can't really argue with the result, can you? Because it's just such an amazing game. Like, I'm terrible at it. I'm absolutely terrible at it. I feel like I'm not bad at Ultimate, but I'm terrible at Melee. I can't play it at all.
The thing with what you said, I think the perfect thing what you said about that is like how good Smash at like introducing new series. Like in the OG game, you really only had like characters like everybody knew. Like you didn't know Captain Falcon because you know he's a guy in the car from F-Zero, or like Earthbound is Ness popular, maybe you didn't know Ness, but like outside of that, you know Mario, Luigi, Pikachu, Fox,
all of the like main stars at the time,
Donkey Kong, and then did this game introduce some funny, goofy characters like that.
Yeah.
And yes, it is unfortunate we got quite a few clones, but they only got like put in like last minute, like your Younglings, your Ganondorf,
like Ganondorf, Falco. But the thing is, like,
of what you said though was Fire Emblem. Melee is the reason Fire Emblem came to the West. Originally, they were going to cut Marth and Roy, make them Japanese exclusive, but they're done anyways, you know, so I might as well just put them in.
Exactly, and you look at where Fire Emblem is now as a series, and it's one of, I would say it's one of Nintendo's most like popular series at this point, and it's all because of Melee. Let's be real, like, which is just crazy to think about.
And especially if we want to make some Smash fans unhappy, we got 8 Fire Emblem characters now. Just a shout out, by the way, for this game having the adventure mode. I know it's not anything like Brawl Subspace MSR, but just having a mode where you just run around the Mushroom Kingdom, then just do like a couple normal fights and just make your way through like an F-Zero track, then through like a Zelda, and just do a couple more fights. Like it doesn't have to be much, but like just being in those worlds and experiencing something in there. And doing a couple fights in between, that's the perfect like adventure mode for Smash Bros. It's also not too long. It's really cool.
It was really cool. I wish they would do something like it again, but I guess the thing with Ultimate is they've got like 30, 40 franchises in it at this point, so like they've got to come up with something for all of them. So it might be like, oh god,
or the rights with them. But for at the time, like we didn't have a Subspace yet or anything like that. Adventure mode was really cool.
But I do hope if they're not going to ever make another thing like Subspace, I hope they will at least make something like Melee's Adventure Mode again, because like World of Light was fun, but it wasn't really it compared to like Melee and Brawl. Like Melee and Brawl, like where it's at.
Yeah, you like Exactly, like in the adventure mode, you had like a few normal games of Smash in between. With
Yeah.
a bit of walking around, and now Ultimate
Yeah,
is
that's the
like,
thing.
fight,
World of
fight,
Light
fight, fight,
is
fight.
just all fights.
It is all
Yeah,
fights.
with like like PNG of a world map in between.
Yeah,
like it's
pretty much.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's cool that it's in there, but I wish they'd gone a bit more in depth with it. So
yeah.
yeah. Anyway,
Melee number 4.
I'm surprised I'm surprised it's not top 3. If I'm being honest, I thought it would be like one of the top 3 for sure.
I'm surprised I'm number 1.
It wasn't on my list because my first Smash game was actually Brawl, so I didn't really play Melee that much. But
fair. I mean, Brawl was my first, but I've gone back and played Melee a good bit now because my brother does own a GameCube, and Melee's one of the only games he actually owns for it. So I have played that quite a bit.
That's fair. But yeah, but Brawl introduces Diddy Kong, so what more could you ask for? Right. Anyway,
Maybe Diddy and Dixie, but
Melee introduced Pichu. Like, come on, bro.
Yo, Pichu, right?
And Young
Pichu.
Link, my boy.
So
Young Link.
So Melee got 39 points in 4th spot.
Okay.
3rd place has 47 points.
Yikes. Okay.
This game, 2 people had 1st, 1 person had 2nd.
Okay.
Someone who had it 1st is sat in this call right now.
Okay, I think I know what this has to be.
It's not mine.
Yeah.
It's
I knew...
Paper Mario the 1,000 Year Door.
Yeah, this had to be up here, for sure. This is like, well, as soon as I knew this was the list, I was like, yeah, okay, 1,000 Year Door has to be number 1. Even though I never actually played it on the GameCube, but now that I've played it, on Switch, it's just such an incredible game. But I just can't talk enough about how amazing this era of Nintendo was for doing these creative things with their franchises, because this is around the same sort of time period that they came out with Sunshine and stuff as well, and they were really trying to do new things with their series. And yeah, I just love that they just really went in with all the different character designs and the world and the story and stuff, and it's just a great game. It's just a really, really great experience. And I'm glad that they are finally with their RPGs. I'm really glad the Mario RPGs are finally going back to this kind of era of being more creative again and doing their own thing and not just having every NPC be Toad like they did for a while.
Hey! Sorry.
So
don't talk about Sticker Star, please.
Sticker Star, Paper Jam, Jesus Christ!
There's no other game that has such a big cult following that I know of, like the Origami King, where they had an entire. They were literally trending on Twitter, back in what was it, 2020 or 2021? Thanks to Arlo, shout out.
Yeah.
With bring back the 1,000 Year Door was trending.
Yeah.
Insanity.
The following this game has is just crazy, and it is. It's just it's just a perfect example of like I said, a different era of Nintendo where they weren't afraid to take risks, and I feel like now they're finally getting back to that. They had a good 10 years or so where they were not taking any risks with any of their series, and now they're actually kind of pushing the box a little bit again with stuff like Mario Wonder, with stuff like I'm thinking more, things like Echoes of Wisdom as well. They're trying different things with their series and all this kind of stuff. It's nice that they're actually trying to take risks again, because when they do, they make stuff like 1,000 Year Door. So
I'm still playing Mario RPG right now, that remake, and I still want to get to the 1,000 Year Door at some point. But from what I've heard of the soundtrack and everything, it looks really good. I agree 100% with what Jack was saying.
Yeah.
Especially with the fact that you can play the OG Paper Mario if you have N64 Online expansion pass thing or whatever. And you could also kind of tell, because I saw Birdie stream it this year, that also compared to that original game, that would have kind of a similar structure.
Yeah.
It built upon that really well as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
It took that formula, kind of with Melee. They kind of, made a new story around it, new buddies. Even better.
Yeah, they built on everything the first game had, and after this one with Super Paper Mario, they kind of did a bit of a different spin on it, which I still love Super Paper Mario, but it's a very different gameplay style to the first two. But yeah, no, certainly 1,000 Year Door is just everything you really kind of want in a sequel like this kind of thing. So
I think GameCube era did that really well, because look what we've talked about so far. Melee added to that. Sunshine added from 64. We talked about Twilight Princess, Pikmin, Animal Crossing, all those type of games. They just went off the wall compared to like N64 and stuff.
Yeah, that's just it. And like, while like the GameCube wasn't like the most successful like Nintendo console, I do think this was the era where they were really, like I said, pushing the boat out.
The games and stuff, yeah.
And like, yeah, and now that they're finally coming back to it, they're having a crazy amount of success again, which is really nice to see.
I feel like because like you've got the retro N64 NESs on like the new Switch, I feel like the next step is to put the GameCube games on like one of those backwards things, because these games are like 20 years old now. They deserve like a.
I don't know if they'll do that though, because GameCube games, like if you compare them how long they are by hours, are quite longer than an N64 game.
Yeah,
and like if you look at your Mario Sunshine, I got like included on like an actual card.
Yeah.
Same with Metroid Prime Remastered, Pikmin 1 and 2. I think Nintendo's more comfortable just remaking or
remastering them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree. It would be cool, but like knowing Nintendo and seeing like what type of value they see in the GameCube, I can also kind of understand it.
Yeah.
I'm just a realist. I don't want to get my hopes up.
It goes up for like backwards. I want to play like imagine being able to play Melee online on your Switch.
Oh my god,
bro!
The thing is though, right? I think even if they did that, I think the GameCube original would still be the one everyone would play. Just because I think if they just had like Melee on the Switch, I think everyone would be really scared that they tamper with the gameplay mechanics or something.
Yeah.
Because like Melee is like so precise, so like any tiny minuscule change, like the competitive scene will notice it and they'll be like, nope, this isn't Melee, throw it out.
No.
Funny story.
Goodbye.
When Iwata originally said that on the Revolution at the time, which later became the Wii, there was going to be a new Smash game, he hadn't actually asked Sakurai yet. And whatchamacallit, and then he said, like, we're going a bit off track here, but he did ask Sakurai after the press conference, and said if Sakurai didn't say yes, he would have just put Melee on the Wii with online support. But like looking at how bad Brawl's online was, I'm happy we just got Brawl instead. Otherwise, that would not have been loved.
Yeah, oh my god, Brawl's online was just horrific. It was so bad.
Yeah.
Anyway,
top 2 time. I feel like you know what these last 2 games are going to be. You just don't know what order they're going to be in.
Yeah, it is just it's the obvious 2 that are left. It's just which is which.
Yeah, so Paper Mario got 47 points. The game in second got 56.
Okay.
So one person had it first, one person had it second, and 4 people had it third. And 2 people in this call had it in their top 3.
Okay.
It was my number 1.
Yeah, okay.
So it's Mario Kart Double Dash.
Mario Kart Double Dash.
Yes! Again, they went out of the... Just like with Melee, they went different. It's outside the box, because arguably, Double Dash is top 3 best Mario Kart games out there.
Yeah,
Easily.
I've always said that, the only game in the Mario Kart series that I think you could still make a solid argument for it being better than 8 Deluxe is Double Dash, because it does its own thing. It's got its own mechanic. Like any other game in the series, I think, 8 Deluxe just does this, but better.
Yeah.
I guess you could make it...
Battle mode, though. DS's battle mode.
Yeah, okay, that is true. And, the missions and stuff as well. Battle mode...
The missions, that's what I
mean.
Missions, okay, that maybe not so much, but... Other than that, I think Double Dash is the only game where it does something that is just unique to it, and it's not just something that is not as good as in 8 Deluxe.
Yeah.
So
double characters, unique items, 90% of the tracks in the game are absolutely insane and good.
They went off with the tracks.
Just went off with the track. They introduced new characters to the franchise in a Mario Kart game. Like Toadette and Waluigi and the Toadette. Waluigi was added. Who else was added? I think it was
Boo, right? Petey Piranha for the first time.
Yeah, but was that the first time ever in any game ever?
No. But Petey Piranha's first playable introduction.
Yeah, King Boo as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's such a good game. Great tracks. Diddy Kong's there. Yoshi Birdo. The power-ups were really good. Obviously, the golden mushrooms stayed. The bomb stayed.
Yeah, a lot of stuff this game did carried over to a lot of the others. Like I feel like more than anything else, I think this game just really went crazy with the character selection because like you said, so many extra characters were introduced. I mean, for reference, in the original three, Super Mario Kart, Kart 64, and Super Circuit, you basically just had the same 8 characters in all 3 of them, and then suddenly in Double Dash, you've got I think 20, 22 characters or something.
Yeah.
They just went really crazy, and I think that was kind of set the tone going forward for what a Mario Kart roster could actually be like.
100%.
Which I think is
not just that. I think we also did very good to get our Double Dash compared to 8 Deluxe. But at least OG Mario Kart 8, I guess, because 8 Deluxe kind of fixes with the character selection.
Yeah.
In 8 you had 7 of the same type of character in the form of the Koopalings.
Yeah.
And then you had 5 babies. Here you just have Bowser Jr. and you just have the 2
Baby Mario,
that's more than
enough.
Even we did this a little bit with Baby Daisy, Baby Peach. Do you really need them?
Yeah.
And then
Double Dash
kind of fixed it with having Bowser Jr. back and having a bunch more extra characters.
Yeah.
Which makes it less prevalent. Then it's just more or less an addition. But OG 8's roster was so stupid because I had all 7 Koopalings. But where is he? Where is Bowser Jr.?
Nah,
where's Bowser Jr.? Yeah.
Exactly.
Double Dash really, I think Double Dash's roster they didn't have any of the unneeded stuff in the roster. It was just
more or less
they
clone character.
They expanded it in a sensible way without adding anything stupid. So you've got Baby Mario and Luigi, but because of Yoshi's Island and Partners in Time, there was a precedent for them to be there because they're actually quite established characters. You could make an argument for Baby Peach as well, but certainly Baby Daisy and then Baby Rosalina. God,
remind me of that,
just
or Pink Gold Peach or something.
Pink Gold Peach,
exactly.
but that's where they just kind of went a bit
Some
silly.
people King Boo, Peter Pan, they're just kind of circles, and I'm but they're still from new GameCube release Mario era games.
Exactly.
Because
I think it's really
because King Boo was Luigi's Mansion, Peter Pan was Sunshine. Big games on the GameCube. They should be there.
Exactly. That's really, really cool. And I wish they did more of that. I want Mario Kart 9. I want Prince Florian from Wonder. I want I don't know. I want somebody from Odyssey, maybe Cappy or something. I want them to actually rep their newest games and actually add cool characters.
Nabbit would be cool.
Nabbit would
yes.
be cool.
Why do we not have Nabbit? I'm sorry, but the one thing with the booster course passes, why did they add Peachette and not Nabbit? Where is Nabbit?
Hey, no Peachette.
Where's Nabbit and where's
Peachette? All I like because she is an abomination.
Where's Monty
it says
Mole?
so in the Bible.
Where's Monty Mole? Where's Monty?
Yes.
Where's Monty? Nabbit and Monty. That's fine. But yeah,
no, but what I do feel though with the booster course pass, I did fix that a lot more because before they had mostly skins, but then in 8 Deluxe when they ported it over, they put in what should we call it, Junior Dry Bows, King Boo, and the Inklings, which are all great additions. And later on, they just kind of put in as extra skins the Gold Mario. They put in the different Link costume for Breath of the Wild. Which are cool bonuses. Them people aren't upset because then they're actually skins,
Yeah.
And then then you later just got your Birdos. I think in Double Dash,
Your Birdos in Double Dash, yeah.
And then you got your Funkies or Diddies and whatever. That saying that was wrong, but
yeah. But yeah, we definitely mentioned the tracks in Double Dash as well. Most of them, DK Mountain, Dino Dino Jungle, Yoshi Circuit, all iconic tracks. Rainbow Road, the Bowser Castle.
I'd say the only bad one is Dry Desert.
Yeah,
Sherbalanda, that's about it.
Yeah, just the 2 that they actually added to 8 in the first place.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much. Yeah. But yeah, Double Dash. Arguably, I would say it's my second favorite. After 8 Deluxe, I think, but Double Dash is my second favorite. I think if they added retro tracks or something onto it, because I know that started in DS, but it's still a top tier game with 56 points.
Yeah.
So we've got one game left to talk about today. You'll probably know what I'm going to say here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Double Dash got 56. This game got 66.
Oof, okay. So almost half.
So is that 130? So
no, over half.
Yeah, 65 is half. So this got about 51% of the entire list. But only 2 people had it first and 2 people had it second. So a lot of people had it on their list. Lil and Ryman had it first. Duzpad and Foss had it second. It is Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. It's the best game on the GameCube. Yeah. And arguably, this is the only Zelda game I actually like, so I'm not mad.
That is fair.
This is number 1 on the list.
You're not a fan of Breath of the Wild?
No,
you're not a fan?
Nah. Wind Waker was my...
Falling down that same mountain like 50 times the Great Plateau. That didn't do it for you.
That is just not my type of game. I just don't like... I don't like Breath of the Wild. Those type of games just don't...
Oh, believe me, he got the full Zelda experience. If the whole Zelda experience is falling down the first mountain 50 times and dying.
Yeah.
You never want to be in my room. I literally have right there the Japanese version of Breath of the Wild sitting right there because it's one of my favorite games of all time, especially over there. You would not want to get in here.
Wind Waker. Let's talk about Wind Waker. Let's talk about Wind Waker.
Let's talk about that one. Yeah.
Let's talk about Wind Waker. Come on. I love the art style. It's such a good story. Like...
I love how expressive or just regular Link is, I guess Toon Link.
Toon Link, yeah.
So, same as what I was saying with regards to like Twilight Princess, because of the like art style with this game, it doesn't feel like it's aged at all. Like it still feels like some. I mean, you can certainly see bits where it's like feels a bit old, but like it doesn't look that like different to something that they could come out with today, just more like kind of crisp or whatever.
I feel like with the HDify, as we were talking about Twilight Princess, I don't really see that too much of a difference between the Wii and Wii U versions. If you look at Wind Waker, it looks insanely good on Wii U.
Yeah,
it looks
exactly.
Really good. Like the expressiveness and everything, it ages so well.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Like they brought so much of it back to other Zelda games, well, like the Rito characters. They brought those back later for like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. Ditto favorite.
Excuse me.
What? No, it's also got some of the most iconic like Zelda tunes, like Dragon Roost Island. They brought back a lot of stuff from this game. They use this art style a lot in like Zelda games afterwards, on like the DS, Phantom Hourglass, and Spare Tracks.
Yeah.
And in Smash, you also have like a lot of it. Like it really had. It's like its own part of like the Zelda series.
Yeah.
Cartoony.
Again, they went different on the GameCube. Oh my god.
Yeah, it is just the era where they just went off. But
they did,
I thought this was really, really cool as well. Like I loved the whole thing of just like exploring the sea and just finding all these like unique little areas and stuff. And like I really like Tetra as well. I think like Tetra is one of the most cool things they've done with Princess Zelda in the series. Like it's just really, really cool. I love the dungeons as well. I thought were really, really good. Like sometimes the thing is, sometimes with Zelda dungeons, they kind of go a little bit like. It almost feels like sometimes with Zelda dungeons they go a little bit too like ridiculous in terms of like trying to make it too much of like a mind-bending thing, or like trying to make it too stupidly difficult. I feel like Wind Waker had it kind of spot on with like it was hard enough, but it wasn't like ridiculous to the point that it could get frustrating. Like the fucking water temple in Ocarina of Time, like because shit like that, like memorable as it is for being so difficult, it's also really fucking infuriating to actually play. But like I think they had like a really good balance with this one, which is really nice. Oh, just got AVG pop up. Go away.
The mix of races is also really cool. As I said already, the Ritos, but also the Koroks we got back later. Your different races, like you usually haven't like the same ones over and over and over again, but now it was like quite different from what you're used to in Zelda with like those races, rather than seeing the Rito again and seeing the Gorons again, like seeing all of them again and again and again. Now was something different from
And I love I think just generally, I just love the vibe of Wind Waker. Despite being like a Zelda game, it just feels really, well, I guess maybe not despite being a Zelda game, but it feels really kind of chill. Like, it just feels really, really chill, which is, I feel like now that I'm
like relaxing vibe, kind of like.
Yeah.
When I think of it, it's kind of like the same vibe as Mario Sunshine, and now been like the same, but like kind of summery, like
Yeah, it's like Link goes on holiday.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just a chill vibe, Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I'm very much not surprised to see this up here. Like, going into this, I thought the top three was going to be, like, either Wind Waker or Twilight Princess. I wasn't sure which was going to come out on top, but I thought it was going to be Wind Waker or Twilight Princess, Double Dash, and Melee. I thought were going to be the top three for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be, like, Melee, like... Yeah, like Double Dash right behind, because I know how big of a fan Ditto is of it.
Yeah.
Big up.
I was maybe expecting like a Mario Sunshine or maybe like a Pokemon XD or like Colosseum Colosseum. I'm not seeing those.
Yeah, I'm surprised as well actually.
Super Mario Strikers, even though Mario Strikers Charge on Wii is better, but still surprised.
But yeah,
I'm surprised that Colosseum's not here actually. That I didn't even think of that until right at this moment. But yeah.
Not don't think a Pokemon game got a sniff, I don't think, near the top. But yeah, so the games on my list, which weren't even mentioned today. So I had Sonic Heroes and Super Monkey Ball we kind of talked about, just missing out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had obviously Double Dash number 1. Number 2 and 3 didn't make the top 15.
Right.
Which were Donkey Konga 2 and Donkey Konga 1.
Yeah.
Now I don't know why I was obsessed with this game as a child. I still am today. It's just again different.
I feel like you like the bongos a bit too much.
I do like the bongos too much.
Maybe.
Yes, exactly.
I honestly thought those were going to be in the list. So I thought Hazel would have them at the top as well.
H had Donkey Konga 1 in 9th. That's the only other person who had Donkey Konga on their entire list.
Oh.
I don't. Why isn't? I know Donkey Kong. I don't know. I just like rhythm games like that. I just enjoyed the bongos. I put 2 over 1 just because All Star was on the second one. The only reason 2 was above 1. But yeah, so that.
Where's the Donkey Konga remaster?
Exactly. Where's the Donkey Konga remake? Come on, bring back.
Bring back the Congos.
Like when my Christmas shit's not up, the bongos are up there somewhere on my background. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I had Adventure 2 Battle in 4th, Hit and Run. I then had SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom on my list, which I think is a really good game, a bit like the Simpsons game, where it feels like a SpongeBob episode kind of thing, or like a movie type thing. Really good. I then had Strikers, which I know Alk had on his list in number 7. I feel like I didn't really play the Wii one, but I feel like the GameCube one is like very much clear of the Switch one, because I think people went off that after like a month and a half, stopped playing it.
The OG one is alright. Battle League is ass and unfinished, and I wish it was so much more than it was. And Strikers Charged is literal peak. It's like my number 1, 2, or maybe 3 game of all time. It's so good. It's so much better than the first and the third one.
I did spend a lot of time playing Strikers Charged on the Wii. Like, I've played the GameCube one at game nights and stuff. But Strikers Charged is the one I played the most. Because Battle League was it was fun for about like a week.
Yeah,
and then it just kind of I think we were just kind of over it, weren't we?
I was so
there wasn't enough content. Yeah, and there wasn't variety in the stages.
Nah.
It was like in Charge you had like different stadiums.
Yeah, I was so hyped when that got announced because I love the GameCube.
Yeah, I thought. It was like Imposter Army Pro Club. It was going to be this whole big thing, and then it just kind of after like the first season, it just stopped.
Yeah, exactly.
Biggest fall off of a franchise on Switch.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
I then had Sonic Heroes in 8th, Super Monkey Ball in 9th, and I had the Madagascar game in last. Sorry.
What?
Madagascar. That game was absolutely underrated. There was like mini games in it. They had mini golf in it. They had shuffleboard, which I played to play with H all the fucking time. It's such a good game.
Did I ever even play that fucking game?
Madagascar was amazing. Back when they made a game from every single freaking film they released.
And then also made one on the GBA when it was a platformer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I actually did play this, come to think of it.
Such a good game. I had Finding Nemo on GameCube as well and Charlie and Chocolate Factory, but Madagascar was number 1, the best one out of all of them. 100%.
Damn, how can you put Madagascar higher than Charlie and Chocolate Factory? I don't know, man.
I don't know. What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Unbelievable.
Yeah. But yeah.
So sorry, I just decided to just look up list of GameCube games. The first thing I see is The Adventures of Jimmy Neutron, Attack of the Twonkies.
Now that should have been number one.
That should have been
That
number
should have
one.
been number
That
one.
should have been number one. Yeah. So looking at Alka's list, the only games that hello, what's he still looking? What's he got? What's he found?
No. I'm just still laughing about the Twonkies.
Oh right, okay. So the only games on Alka's list we did make our top 15. Well, obviously Strikers you had second. Mario Party 4 didn't make it. Pokemon XD, and that's it. Those are the only three. You didn't make the top 15.
List was like my list. I went really off the wall because I was explaining before we started this recording that I never had a GameCube. So most of the games on my list are ones that are not GameCube exclusive. I just played them on like PS2 or something, and then they were also on GameCube.
Like, I'm looking at your list now.
My list is really all over the place, and I don't think most of the games that I will have even played, let alone heard of.
I've heard of Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, so I've got Thousand Year Door at number one.
With the pizza song.
Yes, pizza time. So I've got, this is my ridiculous list. So I've got Thousand Year Door as number one. I have Lord of the Rings: The Third Age at number 2. I have Resident Evil 2 at number 3. I've got Time Splitters: Future Perfect at number 4. Spider-Man 2 at number 5. Resident Evil 4 at number 6. Fire Emblem: Path of Radiance at number 7. That's a really underrated game. I love that game. Lord of the Rings: Return of the King at 8, Melee at 9, and Sonic Heroes 10. So my list was a little bit off the wall this time.
I was not expecting to ever hear this list. This was a list.
That was certainly a list. Normally H is the one who just goes absolutely ridiculous with the outliers, but this time it was me.
Spider-Man 2 nearly made the top 15, by the way.
Did somebody else have it on their list?
It got 11 points. What do you mean?
Oh my god.
I mean, it's quite a classic.
Yeah. It's an amazing game. But
so just
would not have expected it anywhere near the top 10 or anything.
So just for context, H's list, right? Usually the one that's out of their wild, right? Pikmin 2 number 1, Hit and Run number 2, Double Dash, Monkey Ball, Adventure 2 Battle, Simpsons Road Rage, basically Simpsons Crazy Taxi, SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, Animal Crossing, Donkey Konga, Pikmin. That's a normal list, right? And then we see Jet's list over here with Spider-Man 2 and Lord of the Rings on it.
Where's Melee?
Me and H never had Melee growing up, so it wouldn't be on our list.
Yeah, my list is certainly a bit out there, but it's fine. Again, my excuse is I never owned a GameCube, so all of the exclusives I barely played. I never played them as a kid, and only some of them I've gone back and played. So
yeah, that's fair.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. But yeah, that was our top 10 GameCube games. Let us know in the comments if there's any GameCube games we've mentioned you think is absolutely amazing. If you don't agree that Zelda Wind Waker won, then let me know in the comments as well. But just to reiterate our top 15, we had Mario Party 7 in 15th. We then had a conglomerate of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, Simpsons Hit and Run, and Metroid Prime in 12th, Pikmin in 11th, Pikmin 2 in 10th, Animal Crossing, Resident Evil 4, Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, Mario Sunshine, Luigi's Mansion, Melee, Paper Mario, Double Dash, and our champion today was Wind Waker.
That's Final Fantasy.
That's Final Fantasy.
What's wrong with me?
So this is now the second Zelda game which has won a top 10 other than Breath of the Wild. So yay, more Zelda love. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Definitely go check out Alka on Twitch and YouTube and stuff. We'll be back for another top 10 very soon. I don't know what category we'll do next, gaming wise. Because we've done GameCube, we've done
Breath of the Wild moments from Devious Ditto.
Yeah, top
number 10, Falling Off the Mountain. Number 9, Falling Off the Mountain.
Yes, we've done Switch, we've done GameCube, we've done Wii, we've done DS, we've done Pokemon, we've done Mario, we've done Nintendo exclusives. I don't know what else we can do, but
yeah, I mean, we've still got 3DS. We're probably not going to do Wii U. So sorry for the 2 people who owned a Wii U. We're not going to do that one probably.
I feel personally attacked by this one.
Yeah, but one of them was Alcaraz and the second one was me. So yeah, so
I could do it, but I don't think I've played 10 Wii U games. That's the problem.
Well, you probably have, but they're all on Switch. That's why.
Yeah, probably.
Because pretty much every Wii U game is on Switch, apart from Woolly World, which is one of the best ones, Nintendo.
That's literally
that, I think we could do top 10 like N64 SNES like combined.
Right. Oh yeah. I mean, maybe. Yeah. I literally.
I think there's quite a few N64 games you can put in there.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
Or maybe do like a top 5 for everyone.
Yeah.
Do like
Maybe.
a mini or something.
Do a mini series. Do a mini series. Top 10 Donkey Kong games coming soon. Right.
Oh god.
So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one, and adios. Bye.
Bye.